Namaskar friends, this is NJ, your host on this channel. In this video, we will have our discussion on the upcoming transit of planet Mercury, which on March 31st is going to transit the sign of Aries, and from March 31st till June 7th, it's going to be staying in this Aries sign. So guys, because Mercury does not stay in one sign for such a long span of time, so definitely that means Mercury during its stay in the Aries will also go retrograde as well. So from April 15th till June 22nd, it's going to be in a retrograde motion in the Aries sign as well. So guys, now if you want to decode the results of this transit, because Mercury is important for all of us, whether you are in a travel business, whether you are a self-employed person, whether you work as an influencer, you work in any of the fields which requires expertise in commerce, trade, languages, Mercury becomes very important. So guys, a standalone Mercury does not see Aries as a friendly sign, but just because Mercury is a very impressionable planet, in whichever influence or environment you will place Mercury, you will expose Mercury, it will start behaving like that, or it starts acquiring the qualities of that environment. So during this time, the minute Mercury will enter the sign of Aries, first of all, it's going to get conjunct with Rahu. It is going to be receiving the third aspect of the planet Saturn, and very soon Sun and Jupiter will also transit the Aries sign. So that means intelligence being represented by Mercury will absorb the innovation of Rahu, acquire the long-term vision, capacity to work hard, traits of Saturn, and wisdom and regality of Jupiter and Sun as well. So definitely guys, if you have your important planets placed in the Aries sign, Mercury is right now active in your dasha, or you are working or operating in the domain of Mercury in the form of in the fields of international trade, or you are planning to get your education or get admission in any of the foreign university, you are operating chiefly working in the fields of artificial intelligence, technology, travel business, or performing arts. So all those people will definitely get benefited with this transit of Mercury in the Aries sign. Definitely guys, haste and rashness is something which you have to remain a little bit watchful of. That is the only reason Mercury does not get along with the Aries sign, because Mercury is a planet of discriminatory intelligence. Aries is always in a rush to wrap up things. Same way, Mercury does not like Cancer, because Cancer is always filled with too much emotions, and intelligence will never get along with the emotions. Intelligence always works and thrives on the logics and rationality. So yes guys, this is what and how I see this transit of Mercury in the Aries. There is a lot which is happening in the Aries, like because of the entry of Sun, it will give rise to the eclipses as well. So overall combination and this entry of Mercury can actually give very steep results to lot many people, now whether good or bad. But one thing is for sure, that if you are a kind of person, you are very opportunistic, you are ready or willing to work hard, you always make use of your diplomatic skills as well, you are always ready and open towards inviting new experiences in your life, you are never scared of any of the challenging situation. And let's say for example, even if you have to cut corners or grease some palms, but anything or whatever you have to do, but the work has to get done. If this is what your approach is, this is what your work ethics and style is, then trust me, this entry of Mercury in the Aries can actually open lot many doors for you. So okay guys, now we will shift our discussion to the customized results, and before we will jump into that, as a part of remedy, like when it comes down to the specifically planet Mercury, planet Jupiter, and the planet Sun. So for all the Vedic followers, my best remedy is worship of Lord Vishnu, or recitation or listening to the Lord Vishnu Sahasranam. And definitely if you are living in a part of the world where feeding pigeons is feasible, or donating money to the eunuchs is feasible, so all these remedies also give strength and power to the Mercury. And definitely guys, somehow Lord Ganesha, because Lord Ganesha is the epitome of the intellect, of the buddhi, so even recitation of Ganapati Atharvashrish Stotra, or on Wednesday visiting Lord Ganesha's temple, offering modak offering durva is something which you can also consider doing. Because guys, try to understand this thing. This is a kind of a typical transit which has got the potential and capacity to give you some new opportunities, travels, exploration, new connections. So a lot of that can be anticipated, definitely depending on the kind of yogas you have in your chart, what is your lagna, and which all dashas are currently operational in your life. So okay guys, now starting first with the Aries lagna natives. So definitely guys, in your case, although Mercury is not a very auspicious planet for you because it has got the rulership over your 3rd house and 6th house, but just because it is transiting right over there in your 1st house. So whatsoever planets are there in the 1st house, the impression or the vibe of that can fairly be experienced in our personality, in our life. So nothing could be better than that. If you are a self-employed person, in your line of work, communication, arbitration, lot of travels, commissioning is involved, then this could be a very golden time for you. Also guys, this transit will definitely open up your consciousness towards new ideas, new plans. So either it is going to connect you with some new markets, new people, new opportunities, or a very out of the box way of looking at the existing situation or existing circumstances. So overall guys, it's a good transit for you. Like if in your line of work, in your daily life, communication is an integral part, travel, connections, friendship, favors is an integral part, then this could be a very auspicious and favorable transit for you guys. Now guys, when we talk about for the Taurus lagna, so guys, in your case it is going to be taking place in your 12th house. So one thing is for sure that this can give rise to additional expenses. But again guys, I always say this thing, everything comes down to that in which way you are utilizing the energies of the planets. Looking at my chart, my majority of the planets are concentrated in the 8th house, and trust me, I cannot even explain to you that how many horrible and dreaded predictions on my chart has been made when I was growing up, and I am getting benefited because I have designed my life completely in sync with the energy of the 8th house. So that is what I'm saying, that prima facie, if you are not operating right now in the domain of 12th house, then this could be a very expensive transit of Mercury in your 12th house. And also guys, like we say that refrain from secretive, clandestine activities, because Mercury is the significator of your intelligence. So your buddhi will work in a very secretive way, in a very sneaky way. So a lot will be dependent on the kind of yogas you have in your chart. But let's say for example, because guys, in your case, Saturn is right now transiting in your 10th house. So you have to be very cautious, very careful, specifically whenever Saturn is transiting or has any say on your Karam Bhava, because it has the capacity to punish. So that is the one thing which I want to say. So keep your expenses in check, because in your case, Mercury has got the rulership over your 2nd house of your finances, 5th house of your intellect, of your investments. So a lot many Taurus lagna natives might be worried on the account of the well-being of their children, or if during this time you have to write any competitive exam, you have to be very careful, you have to be very cautious. And this transit is only going to be beneficial for all those people who are right now operating in the domain of the 12th house. You are trying hard to get admission in any of the overseas university, or if during this time you are going to take any important international work related travel or business trip. So all these things can still benefit you, like definitely keeping in mind that the yogas and the dashas are running favorable. But yes guys, when it comes down to the financial management, that needs to be handled very cautiously, very carefully. If you will get attracted towards any get rich quick scheme, kind of Ponzi schemes come to you or get offered to you, so it will be much better to stay away from them. And yes guys, whenever planets are transiting in the 12th house, they will definitely, that energy needs to be honored. If you don't want to end up making a wrong financial decision. So any of the charities, donations during this time will be a very right way of channelizing or kind of honoring the energy of planets in your 12th house. Now guys, for all the Gemini lagna, so guys, in your case I only have good things to say, because your ascendant lord is transiting and it is getting conjunct with Rahu in your 11th house, and so many concentration of the planets in your 11th house, that in itself tells about that. Definitely I keep on coming across lot many Gemini lagna who are singers, musicians, performing artists, influencers, content creators. So during this time you might remain lucky in being introduced to some very prominent people, big opportunities. Any of the travels undertaken by you during this time will prove to be very favorable, very auspicious. Let's say for example, if things have been struck at your domestic front, or whether at your professional front as well, that you want to get a promotion or get a transfer, so all those things can work out in your favor. So guys, in a nutshell, the only one thing which I want to say to the Gemini lagna is that time is running very favorable for you, because Saturn, your another auspicious favorable planet, is going to be transiting right over there in your 9th house. So right set of advisors are coming in your life. Venus, another auspicious planet for you, is going to be very soon transiting to your 12th house. But again guys, Venus, whenever it is placed in the 12th house, it has the capacity to manifest very good results. So overall, everything seems to be very auspicious, working out favorable for you. Take the chances, come out of your comfort zone, network with people, work hard, and wonderful results can be anticipated for all the Gemini lagna natives. Now guys, for all the Cancer lagna natives, so guys, in your case this conjunction is going to take place, or Mercury is going to be transiting in your 10th house. So guys, one thing is for sure, that because in your case Mercury has got the rulership over your 3rd house and your 12th house, and it is going to be entering your 10th house. So during this time, a lot many Cancer lagna natives might expect some work related travel. So if you are expecting any promotion, any of the transfer, or being changed to different department or different branch or different city, so all those things can work out right now. Second thing is that guys, definitely at your work front, changes are going to be very sudden. One thing which I want to say is that, because when we talk about Cancer lagna, I do not see them as very or extremely diplomatic. I find these people very hardworking, very emotionally connected, and very invested in the cause they believe in. So because Saturn is right now transiting in your 8th house, expecting this Mercury from the 8th house. So one thing which I want to say, that refrain from any of the entanglement at work front, specifically where too much of the politics is involved, or favoring one person or favoring anyone is involved. So better you avoid getting a part of these things, the better it will work out for you. But yes guys, because this transit is taking place in your 10th house, if you are operating in the domain of the combined energy of Rahu and Mercury, when we talk about international trade, artificial intelligence, or all these media and journalism connected people. So if you are operating or working chiefly in this domain, then this could be a very beneficial time for you. Lot many contracts, lot many international trips, and lot many opportunities coming across, and meeting and dealing with new people, with different background, with different kind of area of expertise. So this is how this transit is going to be working out for you. Only one thing which I want to advise is that refrain from any sort of office politics or any favorism. Now guys, for all the Leo lagna natives, so guys, in your case Mercury has got the rulership over your 2nd house of your income and 11th house of opportunities, and it is going to be finally coming out of your 8th house and transiting your 9th house. So guys, a very good news, like any of the work related travel and trip will prove to be very profitable from the past couple of weeks. If you're not able to make any breakthrough in the matters of the like signing up new deals, new contracts, new agreements, so you might find success in that domain as well. And guys, these days, like when we have lot many startups, specifically in the fields of like traditionally the kind of coaching for higher studies which used to take place through the institutes, now these days everything is happening online. So if you're operating in the domain of that education, training and coaching, so this could be a very beneficial, very profitable transit of this Mercury in your 9th house. Now guys, for all the Virgo lagna natives, so definitely guys, in your case Mercury, your ascendant lord, is going to be transiting in the 8th house, and it's not that Mercury is alone, it is going to be under a lot of influence, that too in the 8th house. So that means that you have to actually guard your intellect from any of the external environment. Like specifically guys, because if you are a kind of person who is very spiritually elevated, spiritually attuned, then nothing to worry about that. But we cannot even overlook this fact that for your lagna, the 8th house carries the energy of its enemy. Like the way, for example, I am Aries lagna, so for me my 8th house is the most empowered because it's the house of my ascendant lord only. So in your case guys, the overall concentration of planets is just making you prone and vulnerable towards, do not get easily provoked, easily agitated, do not believe any gossip doing rounds around you, have a very balanced relation with your in-laws during this time when Mercury is transiting from your 8th house. Refrain from any of the secretive, clandestine activities. So yes guys, for the Virgo lagna, I majorly only have the cautionary things to add over here. All the remedies which I mentioned at the beginning of the video, it's my earnest request to you guys to do that, follow that. The only one way via which this could be beneficial to the Virgo lagna is that if you are operating in the domain of research, exploration, sadhana, occult subjects, or anything to do with the secretive services, secretive clandestine activities, in those domain this could be beneficial. But overall, Virgo lagna natives have to follow all the precautions guys, because eclipse is also going to be taking place in your 2nd house and 8th house axis, and your ascendant lord being a part of that, very soon going retrograde as well. So doing precautions is highly recommended to all the Virgo lagna natives. Now guys, for all the Libra lagna natives, so guys, in your case, as you can see that Mercury is now coming to your 7th house, which in a way is a very good transit of Mercury. Definitely guys, 7th house is chiefly the house of our commercial dealings. So Mercury's placement over here, its conjunction with Rahu, receiving aspect from the Saturn. So overall, if you are operating on the domain of like high-end international trade, international business dealings, anything to do with the mass media, so this could be a very beneficial time for you. Like definitely your audience will perceive you as very knowledgeable, very intelligent, and your intellect is going to be very much open towards inviting new ideas, new experiences. And also guys, not only from the commercial side, but even from the relationship point of view as well. Mercury is a very like adventure loving kind of planet, which is always open towards new experiences, and its conjunction with Rahu. So definitely do not be surprised if your partner is going to be acting out very adventurous. Suddenly your partner is planning many trips with you. So overall, this transit only has good things in store for the Libra lagna natives. The only one thing which I want to say is that guys, many planetary shift is now crossing from your 7th house. And even if you will look at the most auspicious planet for your lagna, which is apart from your ascendant lord, which is Venus, which is Saturn. Saturn is also right now is in a very strengthened state. So just do not restrict yourself when it comes down to looking at the broader side of executing your business in some new domain, in some new markets, dealing with some new entities. So just remain very much welcoming and open towards new experiences, and trust me, if you will work with this mindset, this dual energy of Rahu in your 7th house and Saturn in your 5th house can actually connect you with many opportunities. Now guys, for all the Scorpio lagna natives, so definitely guys, in your case, Mercury is not a auspicious favorable planet for your lagna. It is going to be transiting to your 6th house, and with the kind of influence it is receiving, the result is going to be very extreme. So again, if you are operating in the domain of the Martian and Scorpion side of working in the fields of law, policing, arbitration, arms and all, then this could be a beneficial time for you. Your arbitration, your diplomatic skills or your logics are going to be very piercing, very strong, very convincing. But let's say, for example, if you are in a 9 to 5 job, but you are always kind of finding it difficult to manage your daily affairs, or you are always having difficulty at your work front, how to manage your team, how to conduct your job in a perfectionist way, then this transit of Mercury and its conjunction with Rahu can create lot of turbulence. But guys, the good thing over here is that in the original Kal Purush Kundli, Mercury attains exaltation in the 6th house. So again, it all comes down to the dignity of the other planets, specifically what kind of yogas you have in your chart, the placement of Mars in your natal chart, and what kind of dashas are operational will have a lot to say. But yes guys, I would say that if Mercury in your natal chart is well placed, your dashas are running favorable, so you'll be able to multitask well, and your arbitration or your logics and your debating skills are going to be very strong when Mercury is transiting from your 6th house. One thing which I want to say, that because 6th house is also the house of diseases as well, so a lot many Scorpio lagna natives might have to go through the concerns of skin related concerns, nervous system related issues, because guys, in your case, as you can see that your ascendant lord is also right now is in a difficult state, being transiting in your 8th house. So although it is kind of making a Vipreet Raj Yoga, because 6th house and 8th house lords are in a exchange. But again guys, when we talk about the Dushtana Bhava making an exchange, Mars is involved. So success only comes after going through resistance, lot of dispute, lot of fights. So again, try to manage things efficiently, refrain from any of the concerns of fights and direct confrontation if your nature of work does not require that, and any of the concerns of loans, like specifically if you are in that domain or in that stage in your life where you are in dire need of some financial aid or financial assistance or loans related concerns. So in those domains, this entry of Mercury in the 6th house will prove to be very profitable for a lot many Scorpio lagna natives. So lastly guys, doing remedies is equally important for you as when I mentioned for the Virgo lagna. So recitation of Vishnu Sahasranam, Narayan Kvach, feeding pigeons, offering modak in Lord Ganesha's temple on Wednesday is going to be a very right way of dealing with the energy of this Mercury in your 6th house. Now guys, for all the Sagittarius lagna natives, so guys, in your case, Mercury has got the rulership over your 7th house and the 10th house, and it is going to be transiting in your 5th house. And specifically, its conjunction with Rahu in your 5th house will definitely open up lot many doors for you. Beyond doubt guys, whether you are working in the fields of stock market, any of the investment portfolio, or these days like what used to be the case before, where all the coaching institutes and all these tuition centers used to operate from institutes which have now taken up the shape of online coaching centers and all. So if you're operating in any of the domain of these ed tech industry, so this could be a very profitable time for you. If you have to write any competitive exam, you have to give any performances, any of the concerns of I already mentioned competitive exams and all, so it's a very auspicious time for all the Sagittarius lagna natives. So whether in the fields of performance, sports, or education, or love, romance, overall guys, it's a very favorable transit of Mercury in the 5th house. And again guys, now as we know this thing that Mercury is going to be staying in this house of yours for a long span of time, so try to make the best use out of that. Mercury is a planet of intelligence, communication. It gives results in a very quick paced way. Now had it been just Mercury, I would have said that there is no sustenance of those quick decision making, but just because Saturn is expecting it, Rahu and Jupiter very soon are going to be conjunct with it, so that means any so ever rapid and quick decision taken by you might keep on benefiting you for long span of time. So overall guys, it's a good transit for the Sagittarius lagna natives. In the matters of professional success, also in the matters of commerce, business and relationship as well. Now guys, for all the Capricorn lagna natives, so guys, in your case, Mercury has got the rulership over your 6th house and your 9th house, making Mercury a very auspicious planet for your lagna. So guys, its transit in the 4th house is going to be very conducive for any of the concerns of transfer, promotion, and let's say for example, whether you have to buy a property for your personal use, buy a vehicle for your personal use, or you are in that stage in your business, you want to expand, you want to lease out new property, you want to buy some new business asset. So all of that can also be considered when Mercury is going to be entering your 4th house, and the kind of environment it is going to be operating, like being conjunct with Rahu in your 4th house, receiving the 3rd aspect from your ascendant lord from the 2nd house. So overall guys, it's a very good transit for you. Pertaining to the matters of your emotional mental health, I will not comment on that, because yeah, Mercury has got a lot to say in giving some mental health related instabilities, and being in influence of Rahu in the 4th house. So yes, your mental health equilibrium is something which you have to manage, but from the commercial and material and business point of view, it is going to be a very favorable transit for you guys. Now guys, for all the Aquarius lagna, beyond doubt guys, Mercury's conjunction with Rahu in your 3rd house, receiving the 3rd aspect from your ascendant lord. So it is a typical yoga which has got lot in store to give to the entrepreneurs, self-employed people, you are an artist, you are a social media influencer. So this transit has got lot in store, or it has got a potential to connect you with new opportunities, new collaboration. Your confidence is going to be very high, your vision is going to be very strong. So overall guys, for the Aquarius lagna, I only have good things to say. And also guys, because any of the important financial decision taken by you will give you very lucrative returns in times to come. So overall, a very good time. So do not be in your comfort zone. Try to network with people around you, walk out of your comfort zone, meet with people, experiment with new things, and you might remain lucky in grabbing some very lucrative and big opportunity as well. And lastly guys, for all the Pisces lagna, so guys, in your case, as you can see that your ascendant lord is very soon going to be transiting to your 2nd house and going to be a part of this whole planetary motley combination taking place in your 2nd house. So guys, from Mercury's point of view, so definitely guys, in your case, Mercury has got the rulership over your 4th house and the 7th house, and being transiting in your 2nd house. So guys, in the matters of the financial planning and all, results are going to be very sudden, very unpredictable and very fast. Now again guys, because when we talk about 2nd house tells about what constitutes or what adds to our income. So let's say for example, if you're working in the domain of the combined energy of Rahu and Mercury, when we talk about international trade, when we talk about all the new age tech related fields, or international business, or mass media connected fields, travel business, commissioning business, if you're operating in all these domains, then you can expect some very sudden and quick results. Also guys, 2nd house also tells about our immediate family environment as well. So try to remain very diplomatic in all these matters, because this combined energy and Saturn aspecting it from the 12th house, and with this whole concentration of the planets, it might suddenly create a turbulent energy in the matters of the immediate family. Now again guys, it is not always has to be bad or vulnerable. This could be that you do not get along well with your relatives, and suddenly some event happened which brought the whole family together, or some unpleasing event happened and it split the whole family in pieces. So just try to remain very calm and relaxed while dealing in any of the sensitive family related matters. So yes guys, this is something which I wanted to say as a part of my inputs for this upcoming transit of Mercury in the Aries sign for all the lagnas. For further more updates and notifications on the divine science of Vedic astrology, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and like my Facebook page. Dhanyavad.